me at home where we have arts and crafts for any age. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I'm really excited to share with you the art project that we are going to do. First things first, you're going to want to make sure you maybe have something to cover yourself so you don't get messy. You're going to want to make sure you work on a nice clean surface for this project. Alright, so this week we are going to be making crayon rubbings on leaves. So that means our first supplies is going to be a bunch of leaves that you can find at home. You're going to want to make sure you find some nice fresh leaves and not some leaves that are dried up, otherwise those are just going to break apart. So you want to go on your own little scavenger hunt, find some leaves for your first supply. The second supply is you're going to need some paper. Printer paper works perfect. And then you're also going to want to use some crayons. I have a lot of crayons for some variety of colors. So that's all the supplies you're going to need. Very simple this week. I'm really excited to share this project with you, and I hope you have fun.
Alright, so we have our piece of paper on our tabletop. Here are my crayons. I got neutral colors, but you can have whatever color you want. And then I have all of my awesome leaves. So you want to try to grab a bunch of different sizes, and you want to make sure these leaves are still soft and they're not too crunchy yet. I also recommend that instead of working on top of a tablecloth like I am, you should work on top of a hard tabletop surface instead. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to grab our first leaf. You're going to feel both sides. You're going to work on the side that has the veins. So if you rub it, you should be able to feel the veins of the leaf. We are going to lay it underneath our paper, and if you take your finger on top, you can feel where it's at. You're going to take your crayon. We're going to work on the sides of our crayon, so not right on top, on the sides, and we're just going to kind of move it back and forth to rub on top of our leaf so we can kind of get that transfer of the leaf shape underneath. If you work right from the bottom up to the top, you should be able to feel the veins of the leaf. Those are all those squiggly lines. You should be able to feel those, and you'll start to see those show up as you start coloring. The darker the color you use, the easier you'll be able to see your leaf showing through. Alright, so I'm just following those veins all the way around. Be careful that your paper doesn't crinkle. Alright, so there is our first leaf. Awesome! So now I'm going to find my second leaf. Again, you want to work on the side where you can feel the veins on top, alright? So we want to be able to feel those lines. I'm going to put it underneath my piece of paper. I can feel where it's at. I'm going to take my next crayon, and again, working with the very sides of the crayon, not the very top, the sides, I'm going to rub back and forth. I'm going to follow the lines of the veins of the leaf all the way around, so that way we can kind of see our leaf imprint or transfer onto our piece of paper. Alright, and then there is our second leaf. Look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the next leaf. I'm going to work with this really big one. I'm going to find the veins, put it underneath my paper, and then I kind of might need to adjust it a couple times till I get it exactly where I want it to go. But I'm going to kind of feel around, see where I like it. Alright, so I think right there is going to work perfect. I'm going to grab my next color. Remember, I grabbed kind of neutral colors, but you can grab whatever color you want. What's your favorite color? You know, I kind of really like this orangish color that I'm working with right now. Alright, so sometimes I might need to lift up the piece of paper so I can see where my leaf is at, because sometimes it can be kind of hard to feel. So I'm going to kind of look a couple of times, but be careful that you don't move your piece of paper too far, otherwise you'll kind of lose your spot. Alright, so that leaf is finished. I'm going to go find my next one. So this next one is kind of a similar shape. I'm going to move it around until I kind of find the exact spot where I want it to go. Don't forget, you want to make sure that the veins are facing upwards. So you should be able to feel all the lines on the leaf through your piece of paper. I'm going to take my next crayon, and again, working on the side, I'm going to kind of start from the base, kind of feel my way up through the middle, and as we can see, as I keep drawing, we can see all those nice veins showing through the piece of paper. Don't forget, if you need to pause the video at any time, you can feel free to do that. Alright, and that one is finished. That one was really fast. Alright, I'm going to grab one more leaf. I haven't used this one yet, so I'll try to use this one. I'm going to feel for my veins, put it underneath the piece of paper, and this time I'm actually going to have the leaf kind of hang off the sides. So instead of just filling in the very middle of my piece of paper, I'm kind of thinking about having my leaves transfer and kind of falling off the very edges of the piece of paper. I'm going to feel all my way around. Sometimes I might need to lift up the piece of paper to make sure I'm still there, but be careful that you don't lose your spot. Alright, and then just like that, that one is finished. And then I think I'm going to move on to my last leaf, if my crayons would stay in their spot. I'm going to have this one also go off the very edge of the piece of paper. So again, my veins are facing upward, the veins of the leaf, and then I'm going to use the sides of my crayon to color it in. Alright, then just like that, I think we are finished. There we go. Wow, that looks awesome. You can leave your piece of paper just like this, or if you have a piece of colored paper laying around, whether it's construction or printer paper, you can always kind of trim it down and put it right on top so that way you have a nice frame for your lovely leaf transfer drawing. Good job!
Oh my goodness, this looks amazing, everyone. I hope you had fun creating your project this week. Thank you so much for joining me with Art Me at Home. Remember, you can come here every Wednesday around noon to have a nice, new, fun art project that you can do with your family and friends. Alright, and just like your art projects, remember to stay perfectly imperfect and artistically fabulous. Bye, everyone!